Some people drink tea in their videos. I drink soda. Tasty. Question number 1 is Initial Attraction, a book that you bought because of the cover. I actually have 2 for this one. The first one is The Diviners by Libba Bray. This is a really pretty dust jacket, right? It's a nice looking book, and then you take the dust jacket off and it just gets better. Look at this. This is like so pretty, and it's very 1920s-esque, just like the book itself. I have unfortunately not been able to finish this book because I got it when I was 15. For some perspective, I'm about to turn 17, and it scared my 15-year-old self, and so I have yet to finish reading it. I don't really do well with like supernatural things, and this book is very supernatural. The next book I have is another one that I bought purely because of the cover, and to be honest, I don't usually buy books purely because of the cover that often. These are a very few exceptions. But it is The Mortal Instruments by Cassandra Clare, the movie cover edition. When I bought this book, I already owned a hardcover copy of City of Bones, as you can see right here. I bought another copy because I thought the movie cover edition was much prettier. And it is much prettier. Like, it's considerably more beautiful. I really like how it had the city on top and then like the mortal, it was pretty. Question number 2 is First Impressions, a book that you bought because of the summary. Okay, so this book wasn't so much the summary as the title, and it is Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. I said that a little funny, didn't I? Oh well. So witty and funny, and I just had to have it. Question number 3 is Sweet Talk, a book with great writing. When I think great writing, a few authors come to mind. Patrick Ness, Tahara Mafi, Ray Bradbury, Charles Dickens, Jane Austen, but I think the king, or yeah, in this case, the king of mastery writing is Charles Dickens, and I think he exemplifies this in A Tale of Two Cities. This book is one of my favorites. You can see it's really beat up around the edges. I wrote all over it, and partly because we had to, and partly because I was just borderline obsessed. Like, it keeps going, and I had all these like symbols in here, and I have a little chart for them. I have no idea what half of them mean, but it's just such a great book. Question number 4 is First Date, the first book of a series which made you want to pick up the rest of the series. Okay, so this happens to me a lot. I read the first book in a series and they ended on a cliffhanger, and I'm just like, okay, well, you've gotten me emotionally invested in these characters, and now I want to see what happens to them. But the book that has most recently done this to me is The Darkest Minds by Alexandra Bracken. The cliffhanger in this book is unholy. It is not fair, it is not nice, it is terrible the way she ends this book. You can't end a book like that. It's just not humanely right. Okay, question number 5 is Late Night Phone Calls, a book that kept you up all night. I've talked about this book before, and it is The Book Thief by Marcus Zuzak. I love this book. This is one of my favorite books of all times. I read this on New Year's Eve going into 2014, and I stayed up well past midnight reading it because I started it around 11 o'clock and I finished it in one sitting because it was so good. Cried for maybe a solid hour. Yeah, probably. Question number 6 is always on my mind, aside from the obvious one, which is Pride and Prejudice. A book that I recently read that I'm still thinking about is It's Kind of a Funny Story by Ned Vizzini. I love it because it doesn't romanticize mental illness, and I have a mental illness, so I'm very picky when it comes to books about mental illness, and this book is great because, rest in peace, Ned Vizzini. The book has just made me think quite a bit, and it matches my shirt. What up? That's pretty awesome. Look at that. I'm matching one of my favorite books. Question number 7 is Let's Get Physical. A book which you love the way it feels. The Flame Alphabet by Ben Marcus. It has one of those like papery covers that's really nice, and then it has deckled edges, which is also really nice. And so I just could sit here for hours just running my fingers along the deckled pages and feeling the papery cover beneath my fingertips. It's wonderful, and it's pretty to look at too, so there's another bonus. Question number 8 is Meeting the Parents, a book that you would recommend to anyone. I already showed it, but it is a book thief. Also probably The Fifth Wave, which you can't see, but is right here. Yeah, probably The Fifth Wave by Rick Yancey. This book is just really fast-paced, and it's really interesting, and I don't think there's been a book done quite like this before. So I really would recommend this to people who are wanting to read something a little bit different. Question number 9 is Thinking About the Future. A book or series that you know you'll reread many times in the future. So first off, Harry Potter. I will reread this series so many times, it's not even funny. And then I showed this one earlier, but Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. Me and this book have a long-term love affair. I love you. I love you too. Okay, so the last part of this tag is to tag people. Who am I going to tag? I'm going to tag Whitney from Witty Novels, and I'm going to tag Danny from Danny Darling. So they will be linked in the down bar. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and goodbye. Also, don't judge me if you see another video very soon in the same shirt. I'm going to be filming quite a few videos today. So, bye!